welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today at Agility Communications. We're going to be introducing you today to the 9608 IP phone set. Today we're going to be discussing the basic call handling features of the phone, as well as the physical design and the layout of the phone. The goal today is to get you a little bit more familiar and comfortable with what you can expect during a couple of the call scenarios, which I will be walking you through. Alright, let's discuss the button layout of the 9608 IP phone. This is the same model and layout as the 9611 IP phone that you'll see here. These two phones were released together, the only difference being that the 9611 on the left comes with a color display. The 9608 has a standard grayscale screen that we're going to be looking at. Let's go ahead and zoom in and get a closer look at our buttons. The left hand side of the keypad, you can see we've got a headset option here. We can enable and toggle this option whenever we've got a headset connected to the rear of our phone. The speaker button is also available for placing and answering calls. You can toggle the speaker button here and it'll give you a live dial tone. Internal extensions can be dialed directly from the keypad, and you can be connected via speakerphone in this manner. Dialing outbound can be done this way as well, provided that you dial the appropriate outbound code for an outside line, usually dialing a 9. Let's go ahead and move in close to our screen and talk about our volume buttons. You can see here, when the phone is at rest, I can use my volume buttons to control the volume of my ringtone. Moving over to an active call, you can see that those volume buttons now control the level of audio with my connected parties. Let's talk about our soft keys on the 9608 phone. The term soft key refers to a button whose label and function changes depending on the state of the phone. You can see that we have soft keys located along the bottom of the screen as well as both sides. We have a navigational wheel in the middle of the buttons that lets us change different pages on the phone. So you can see the labeling and the features of the buttons change depending on which page we're using. Also, during a live call scenario, you can dial in and your soft keys below the screen are going to turn and become the standard call handling options that we would expect to see. We have hold, conference, and transfer. Alright, let's talk about conference calling. When you dial into a conference call, your soft keys are going to change once again to allow for various call handling features depending on your call status. The details button here on the far right allows you to see the roster of your connected parties in your conference. And from that menu, your soft keys will change once again to allow you to control the parties by either muting or dropping them from the call, or you may even add additional parties to your active conference call. Parties that arrive by dialing into the call will also populate. As you can see here, my second call has just arrived, and you still have the option to select that party and either mute or drop that party as needed. To conference with another party, you can locate them either in your history, or you can go into your corporate directory to find anyone else that you may need to add to your call. You can manually enter in their extension number if you happen to know what that number is. If you ever have a mistake that gets made while you're entering in their number, you can simply hit the clear button, which you see here. Now as I'm typing in my number, my soft keys once again change depending on what it is that I'm trying to carry out, what action I'm trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. I'm going to go into my directory instead to try to find someone that I might want to add to my conference call. If you're having trouble recalling their extension, this is a good option. If no further parties are needed to be added to your call, you can simply cancel and return back to your call's main screen. Putting a party on hold will cause your active line to flicker with a green light to show that the party is being held. Your next active call will then be made using your next available line appearance that shows up on your button's display. To reacquire that call, simply toggle the flashing line button on the left, and your talk path with that call will be made live again. For call transfers, you simply need to select the transfer button, and you'll see that your system has placed your active call on hold with the flickering green light. And while on hold, you can see your active call has appeared on the next call appearance. When the receiving party has agreed to the transfer, you can then press the complete button, and upon hitting the complete button, you will see that your phone is once again at rest. Checking voicemail is also straightforward on the 9608 phone. There's several visual indicators of a new voicemail message that's been delivered and waiting for us on the phone. In the upper right corner, we have our visual voicemail indicator, which is viewable from 360 degrees. So even in a large call center type setting, if you can maintain line of sight to this light from somewhere across the room, then you'll always be able to see if a new message is waiting for you. Also, we have a button to the left of our navigation wheel here on our keypad, which contains an envelope icon, and that icon does light up with a red color to let us know when we have a new message waiting. Let's zoom in for a closer look at voicemail on the screen here. Toggling the envelope button takes us into the voicemail menu as you see here. Listen, message, greeting, and passcode are the immediate choices displayed. You can see from the listen menu that I already have a message in my mailbox. The 3 different numbers indicate the status of the various messages. They are either new, read, or saved. So those are the 3 numbers that you'll see there, separated by slash marks. Scrolling down to the message menu, we have the option here, just as the name of the menu suggests, we have the option to record a message. So you can go ahead and hit the record button if you have a message that you need to send directly to someone's mailbox, or perhaps you want to send a message to a hunt group which contains a bunch of different members, and that way you can get a message out to a lot of people all at one time. Go ahead and hit that record button that I just got done using, and you can then take your message to the corporate directory and send it out to whoever it is that you deem necessary for that message to go to. Scrolling down to the greeting menu, we can now set up a message greeting that folks will hear whenever we're not available to take their calls. You simply need to come in here, hit the record button, and record your greeting, and that way folks will hear something to the effect of, "Hi, you've reached so-and-so, please leave your message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can." And once you've got that recorded, you can either listen to it, you can go ahead and submit it if you're happy with the result, or you can go over here and click more, and you'll have the option to either delete it or cancel and go back to the previous menu. The passcode menu is where you can go down and either change or set up your passcode for the first time. So simply go into that menu, enter your code, and you're good. Thank you so much for your time today during this training session on the brand new Avaya Vantage phone. Please feel free to check out our YouTube channel. We are always uploading new content. We have several new videos on IP Office Release 11, so feel free to take advantage of any of the training sessions that we have there. We also have our Twitter feed and our website that has been revamped, and if you should ever need any support assistance, you have our phone number there on the screen as well. But we appreciate the time that you spent today with us. We hope that this has been beneficial for you, and we hope to see you again soon.